to be honest, I never really understood the applications of blockchain, whether it's NFTs or, in 2021 when we were getting started, a lot of people asked us how we were using blockchain. And I just kind of didn't even pretend to think that was a good idea. I think the number one killer use case for blockchain is cryptocurrency, which is what it was created for. And so trying to fit a crypto peg into a real world hole is just not the right thing. But with AI, it's amazing to me because it's, Gen AI, like any of these chatbots, they are better than 95% of white collar professionals at whatever you ask them to produce. Then when you add agents, that's like the arms of legs of the robots. You have the brain and then you have the arms and legs. And so it's just very interesting. But I think the thing that is always unclear to me, and I think for many technologists, if you want to call us that, is, what is the timeline are we talking about, right? Like, because it's I think this is the thing, it's like the 80-20, like it's very easy to get 80% of the way really quickly and have people be like, look at that trajectory. And it was like that with self-driving cars. Like actually I'll tell a story from Waymo, but early on there was a Waymo, there was like some kind of test that they wanted to run. They wanted to drive from like Palo Alto to like Marin or something. And if they could do that in 2010, everyone got a big bonus because Larry and Sergey's perception was that if the car can do that, it's solved, And so they did it. There were people apparently walking alongside the car, blocking stop signs, so it would continue to keep moving without, needing a person's intervention. It successfully completed it. They all got paid out, and then they all left and went and started their other companies like, Aurora and stuff like that. And then it was like, shoot, it's like 10 more years to kind of get it dialed in. And then now we're starting to see it commercialized really on the streets like this year. And so it's the same thing with agentic stuff, I feel, which is like, all right, like if this is, if this is 10 years away, then then LightSource is totally doing the right things. We're building the infrastructure that a lot of people are going to use for it. But if somebody can tell me, like a genie can say, hey, look, in 6 months time, an agent for procurement, a vertical agent, is going to be just as good or better than the person, and organizations will start adopting it like, it'll start hitting like wildfire, then we have to pivot immediately.
Yeah, I don't think that'll happen. Not for your sake. But the term I've been using is every employee a manager.
Oh, every employee a manager.
And,
Interesting.
and so I don't care where you are in the organization, you will have 20 agents working for you, doing whatever. I don't care what it is. If you're a salesperson, you could have 20 agents calling on or some update in CRM, some prospecting. And in procurement, that category manager, why would that category manager not have 20 agents working for them? So if you're a CPO with 100 people, you really have 100 people and 2,000 agents working for you. So
Interesting.
like that, to me, I think we'll see more of that and we'll see it with the younger folks coming in, not the old category manager.
Well, here's the question. In that universe, why does the category manager need to have 20 agents versus the CPO and one, maybe chief agentic designer who goes and says, we're going to have all 20,000 agents directly following our best in class practice?
I think if you built a company from scratch, you would get that. I think to our point earlier, an existing company that's been around for 100 years is messy. Sort of like what Tesla did to, the traditional car companies. Instead of having like 400 controllers, there's a couple, and it's all controlled
Central
centrally.
computer, yeah.
Like now, all of a sudden, that opens at all kinds of new avenues, which is not like a traditional car company is going to struggle. So you could take the same model and what you just described, if you start a new e-commerce company or whatever, you could do that. I believe you could do that today. But the problem is it's going to take forever to get a P&G or whomever.